Now, eventually you will come across empty box problems. However, there is a simple solution. This empty box has simply replaced a number. So the calculation is 27 add something equals 55. To help us out here, we're going to go back to our fact family triangles. So I'll draw my triangle. You will use a ruler. Now with my fact family, I know that we have our workers, our smaller numbers, at the bottom. 27 add something equals 55. And there's my boss number at the top there. I can now write all of my facts and find a simple calculation to solve. So 27 add something is 55. That means that something add 27 is 55. Okay, the cumulative law of addition means I can move these around. However, for my subtraction, I've got to start with my boss number. I have to start with my big number for my subtraction. So I'm on 55. I can take away 27, then that'll equal something. Or I can do 55, take away something, and be left with 27. Now, I've got 4 facts from one fact family. Every single one of them has a something in there. Something, 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 something. As I'm looking though, I can see that this question here is clearly the simplest one for me to solve. So now I'll do 55 and I'll take away 20, then I'll take away 7 on my number line. So we've got 55. I'm going to take away 10, 20, minus 10, minus 20, and then I'm going to take away 7. Okay, 10, 27. I'm taking away 10, 27. 55 take away 10. I know that my 5 won't change, so I'm on 45. Minus another 10, 35. 35 subtract 7 takes me back to 28. So my something is 28, and I can put that back in my original box. Okay, so that's if you start with an empty box and an addition question. Okay, what about if we start with a subtraction question? So let's have a look at another example. This time we're going to look at something subtract 23 equals 18. Okay, I'm going to go back to my fact family. Now, I know that 18 is one of my smaller numbers. I know that 23 is one of my smaller numbers. And I know this because with subtraction, I have to start with my boss number. If we go back to our first example, for subtraction, we had the boss number. You see, 55, 55. The boss number starts the subtraction sentence. That means here, if I'm having subtraction to begin with, it's my boss number that I'm starting with, which leaves me with 23 and 18 at the bottom. So I can do the something take away 23 gets me to 18, or something take away 18 equals 23. But I also know I've got 2 addition sentences. 23 plus 18 equals something, or 18 plus 23 equals something. Now, I've got 2 tricky questions and 2 simple questions, and I think this is my simplest. So now I will do 23, add 10, and then 8. So I shall start my number line on 23. I'm going to add 10, and then 8. Add 10, and then 8. My 10s and 1s. 23, add 10, 33, add 8, 41. My something is 41. Okay, again, it came back from my fact family, and remembering that if it's a subtraction question, it always starts with my boss number. Minus starts with boss number. And that's probably the most important part to remember.